There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You watching Casino Is the Name, and I've been getting a lot of questions about the difference between hotshot trucking and semi-trucking. What's the difference? Do you need a CDL? What's the money difference? So it's a lot of questions, and I understand that there's some confusion. In case you don't know, I have a trucking authority, and I do run a hotshot trucking rig. So the main difference between hotshot trucking and semi-trucking is the type of truck. So semi-truck is clearly a semi-truck, and hotshot trucking is actually a pickup truck or some type of dually setup or whatever, paired with some type of trailer, car hauler, dump trailer, something like that. But so semi-trucking is of course gonna allow you to carry more weight. And that is another one of the main differences. Semi-trucking allows for, I think, up to 80,000 pounds or something like that. And with a hotshot truck, I think the most I can carry is 20,800. Now that is including the trailer and the weight of the truck that's already taken out. So I can actually load on 20,000 pounds. Most loads I see with semi-trucks start around 46,000 pounds, something like that. So I'm not able to haul that much weight. And so that is going to be a major difference between the two. Also, semi-trucks will have way more loads. When you're looking at load boards, semi-trucks are going to have way more loads. Can you still find loads for hotshot trucking? Absolutely. There's plenty of loads in this world, but you probably won't get guaranteed routes with a hotshot truck. Hotshot trucks are mainly designed for smaller loads. Some of them do run consistently, but it's just not as prevalent as having a semi-trucking route. And also, with semi-trucks, there's also usually a sleeper for over the road, and it's a much more comfortable setup for the driver than it is on a hotshot truck, because a hotshot truck is primarily a Dodge, not a Dodge, that's just what I'm running, but it's primarily a regular truck, pickup truck, dually truck, something like that, and it's just not designed for sleeping in, watching TV. It's not designed to have refrigerators usually inside of them. So it's a lot more comfort that you may find, if you have a semi-truck with a microwave, TV, and all that kind of stuff, a sleeper. They even have bunk beds inside of some semi-trucks. So that's one of the major differences. I believe a semi-truck can carry up to about 80,000 pounds, and I definitely can tell you my truck can only carry up to it can tow 30,000 pounds, but what I can actually load on the setup that I have is only 20,000 pounds. Do you need a CDL to drive a hotshot truck? That is a good question, and yes and no. It is a dual answer, pretty much. Do you need a CDL to drive a semi-truck? Yes, you just got to have one because the truck is rated at over 26,000 GVWR. With a dually truck, though, your truck might be rated at 14,000 or 12,000 or even 8,000 GVWR. So as long as you're under 26,000, you can drive it. But what they do is they do the combination for the GVWR. So it depends on your trailer usually. If your trailer is 20-some thousand GVWR and your truck is 8,000 GVWR, no, you would have to have a CDL to drive that truck because the combination of the two is over 26,000 GVWR. If you don't know what GVWR is, I'm sure it's some videos on it. Maybe I do a example and break down what GVWR is, but it's gross vehicle weight rating. So those are some of the main differences. The money factor, it's hard to really say which one is actually more money. So it depends on what you're like. It depends on your loads, really. I see money in both. I've spoke to guys who drove Hotshot trucks, and they didn't told me about their crazy weeks of making $10,000 in a week in 6 days, and some make $5,000, some make $4,000, and then I've seen guys who drive semi trucks, and they say they truck make $4,200 for the week, and that was surprising to me because I thought it was going to be more money having a semi truck, but it's not always the case. Yeah, so I don't really understand that part yet. I would think that a semi truck should be making some crazy number, 10, 20,000. Although I'm thinking they should be making like 10, 20,000 a week, but I don't know. Maybe hotshot trucks are spoiled for whatever reason. They're hauling much less weight. I still don't really quite understand that part. I think that is money in both. I do not like the maintenance costs on a semi truck, so that is one of the reasons I like the hotshot truck. It's going to be less in maintenance because it's a regular pickup truck, and my rig is a Dodge Ram 3500 with an Ison transmission, and I have a Big Tex gooseneck trailer, 40-foot flatbed straight deck. Sorry, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm running. With semi trucks though, the loads are definitely more prevalent. Definitely more prevalent. You definitely find some guaranteed routes, and you could even do power only a lot of times. And you can still do power only with some dually trucks. There are still loads out there that are just power only, especially like moving boats and RVs and things like that. But there are a lot of power only loads for semi trucks. If you just got the semi truck, you can go get your power only load, go hook up, and you're gone. But it is a lot more to also get into the semi truck than it is to get into a hotshot truck, basically a Dodge or Chevy or a Ford or something like that. It's definitely easier to get into one of those than it is to get into a semi truck. Yeah, and the CDL, of course, like I said before, in previous videos, that as long as you're on a 26,000 GVWR, then you're good. If maybe you hauling maybe 1 or 2 cars, you got a little car hauler or something like that, and then technically you can be doing hotshot trucking. But we're hauling cargo. I think today we have a load for 18,000 pounds. It's a tire. It's paying about $5 $5 a mile, something like that, and we have another one coming right behind that that's paying around the same. So I can get $5 a mile, up to $5 a mile so far. I think that's the most that we've got per mile, $5 a mile. And I don't know what all semi trucks are doing. Some of them are getting $2 a mile, $1.80 a mile. Some of them are getting clearly probably more than $5 a mile. I don't know. It all depends on your situation, your contract that you're loaded with. It depends on what your load is paying. So it's really hard to say which one pays the most, but it is definitely cheaper to do the hotshot trucking route. Yeah. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. It's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.